Let's go, the bet. He's still off the easy, though. The kid spit. Breezy, but easy, no. I make it hard to read me. Graffiti flow, east to west. The world wanna see me blow. Syndicated, like your favorite TV show. I give respect and get a check from CD Soul. The president, record exec from CEO. Rock still killing them, block still filling them. Not still pilling them, hot still reeling them. Realest them, drop sell millions. Ever still, here we come. Rock chillin', chop billin'. Spot still filling them. Poppy in Puerto Rico, UK's King Harold, the Bronx, from Carlito, the block, I'm Rock Ghetto, Jamaica, I'm Jock, and Rio, know my MO. Japan, it's watch how she wild like Hemo. I couldn't tell at first when we fell in love, but I should've left alone like well enough of our relationship or whatever the hell it was. See, that's the irony, like the smell of blood. At first it has a hit you, then it does. I made the DJ promise to never play this record again, but caught a case, now I'm home, staying off in the space. Flashbacks of all the jury's cars crossing my face. Rappers I met, hoes on video cassette. No management, no more good life and no respect. Hearing crowds roar, crystal pouring mixed drinks. Haunted by the thoughts of second album, Southmore Jinx. Where did I fail? Death threats, woke up in cold sweats. Thinking about all these murderers that know where I rest. From hanging with crazy cliques that's known to take shit. Bracelets and all they beef, now I'm involved. Was paperless, my cars were auctioned off. Now I catch rides with kidnapped niggas who snatch figures up to get back figures. Pablo Escobar's bloody reign came to an end. Far from my life, a kid who made his fame from a pen. Hit the studio and changed the game again. Wrote down all the pain within, top of the charts. Triple platinum, got the fake love back. Money stacks, more plaques. Had to see who I was just to know where I was at. Saw both sides of the game, all the ups and downs. This goes out to the future rap kings coming up now.
This was the rise and fall of our fast lifestyle.
Mega popular, center of attraction. Wild like Kimmo. I couldn't tell at first when we fell in love, but I should've left alone like well enough of our relationship or whatever the hell it was. See, that's the irony, like the smell of blood. At first it has a hit you, then it does. I made the DJ promise to never play this record again because at first it has a hit you, then it does. I made the DJ promise to never play this record again because before cellular phones were educated and captured actual photographs that never faded. A DJ got a request to play the favorite record on the radio of his ex, but never played it. And though the lady was vexed and devastated, she took a yoga lesson and stretched and meditated. And then created a curse that's dedicated to the most hating bitch ass nigga she ever dated. Tore through an entire library, one book at a time, looking for rhymes, inspiration, some open a line. A marketing plan like having a cook and a smile, a heart in her hand, though passion had broken it down. She placed brick by brick like a China wall, queuing up the theater lights before the monologue. Cancel the reservation at the Gaza Fort. We got to start fucking with the condom on. I couldn't tell at first when we fell in love, but I should've left alone like well enough of our relationship or whatever the hell it was. See, that's the irony, like the smell of blood. At first it has a hit you, then it does. I made the DJ promise to never play this record again because
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Furthermore, welcome to Blended Healing for today's quick bite. Today's word is maladaptive. Maladaptive. What does maladaptive mean? Maladaptive means it's an adjective. It's not providing adequate or appropriate adjustment to the environment or the situation. Maladaptive. It is using it in the sentence as maladaptive coping strategies such as increasing consumption of alcohol, maladaptive. It's not adjusting appropriately to the situation. Why is this the word of the day? The reason why is I want to bring your attention and focus to how we're not adjusting to our reality. Excuse me. We are living in our imaginations instead of living in the truth, looking at things the way it's supposed to be. So instead of doing that, we rather retreat to our fantasies, thus having a maladaptive behavior. Maladaptive daydreamers spend too much time fantasizing. Reality never lives up to the fantasy. So maladaptive daydreams frequently retreat to that illusion. Only comparing your life to what your ideal leaves you feeling frustrated and unhappy. Because we are bad at predicting happiness. It could be worth trying something you think that you won't enjoy. Maladaptive, not aligning yourself to the reality, but being unequipped to live in reality, but rather live in the fantasy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to social media. Welcome to the World Wide Web, where you can recreate yourself into something that you're not, something that is not authentic, but living up to a persona that has been created. Welcome. We are all fall short of perfection. Perfection used to be an ideal and a very cynical one at that. On one hand, it entails us to bring in our childlike imagination, which sometimes can be good. Don't get it twisted. Because when we're trying to create something, we want to use it and approach things with a wide-eyed wonder, saying childlike. But that ain't this. That ain't this. We are experiencing a total disenchantment with the lives that we have created. What is my motto? You create your own reality and all the players that are in it. So some of us can bounce from being obsessive and do so many things and trying to fix our broken world to retreating to our minds. It's not working out here. I'd rather live in my mind in the beautiful world that I created, that everybody loves me when I'm this person, and everything that I created that looks so beautiful. I want that. I don't want to live in my reality where I'm late on my rent, or I live in a one-bedroom apartment and I got 10 kids. Or I ain't got enough food to put on the table. But online, it looks like I'm having steak and lobster every day. You know, I got the high paying job. You feel me? I got the latest whip. But in actuality, you riding around in a Ford Pinto. I'm just saying. No harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. This type of fantasy is maladaptive. We are daydreaming, not in alignment to what the reality is, but what the illusion that we have created. With this maladaptive daydreaming, do you realize that it gives you or us a sense of hopelessness and the ability to even tolerate even the minorest inconvenience? Oh, it don't fit into what we have created. Don't fit into that. You may feel perpetually dissatisfied with your life. And as few of its different things that go on, all of the different aspects surrounding your real life, and you can't live up to that persona that you have created, what you are really hoping for. Some people live by the motto of I'm going to fake it till I make it. You feel me? And when I sit back and think about that thing, I'm going to fake it till I make it. The only thing I could think of taking away on a positive note with that is that we are putting ourselves in a position of manifestation. They say with manifestation, act as though it's already here. And not that it's coming, but that you have it already. So when it shows up, you are already primed and ready to go. Prime time, baby. But when you are not aligned and you're living in this persona, this fake 3D world that you have created, it's not aligned. It's maladaptive. Imagine living a life where you feel as though you have reached its full potential. There's no room. You would die disgusted of this type of existence. This describes how perfectionists experience themselves, which stems from, I'm going to call it a buck, extremes of the upbringing that you had. Think about what I said. Don't shoot the messenger. It could be a what if. Many people fantasize to escape the harshness of their daily life, believing that someday that they're magical, their future lives will offset past and chronic abuse and neglect. Hear me out. Others use it to escape from the suffocating pressures placed on them by it could be their parents, it could be their kids, it could be their significant other, it could be peer pressure at work, it could be a number of different things. And here's the sad part about it. You believe that that's what you deserve. For each of you who are perfectionists, fantasy offers a break from what it is and could be, from the inevitable disappointments and that intensify and transform into devastation. Maladaptive daydream is a contradiction. It's a paradox, to be more precise, as it affords one the blueprint for better days. It stains every victory and emotional connection that you have. And as that dopamine, what that rush, that adrenaline rush that makes you feel so good. And then when it's already at its peak and it starts to recede, now we're feeling that we have just disqualified ourselves. We are now faced with the reality of our situation. Break it down better. Say, for instance, you're having a fantastic live on YouTube or live on Facebook or any social media. Say you're having a great time. Everything is working out. Everybody's kikiing and laughing, and everybody's doing the thing. And you're getting this rush because the world that you have created on social media is working so good that you bought into your own hype, that this is the person that you want to be, that everybody sees, everybody loves. This is it. But when you click that off button or stop recording and recording, it's back to reality. So your high that you were on, you just drop down. And what are you stuck with? Your brain saying, what the F? It's like being on a roller coaster ride. You're up so high, then all of a sudden it drops. The good that you felt from that may be the enemy of the great. But the greatness is the enemy of serenity. Say that in your head a few times. You want me to say it again? All right. The great, or the good that you get from being on live may be the enemy of the great. You are sacrificing your time being online, trying to be good. But in your 3D world, the equipment that you have can make you be great. But striving for this greatness and all the work that you're putting in to push, to live up to that person that you have created. Come on, somebody. Is the enemy of your peace and serenity. Live in the world that you are in. There's always going to be a constant ranking process that narcissistic people use to address any issue that faces them. Like, who's the best doctor? I want the best doctor. What is the best preschool? My kids are going to go there. I need some bragging rights. Where is the most rigorous training? Because I need to show everybody that I can do that. Realistically, there is advantages and there's disadvantage that are derived from things like that. you can completely override those highs and lows by concerns about being comparative. And let's kill it a buck. You're looking for the prestige of it. No judgment zone. I'm just talking. Maladaptive. The best may be deceptive. Everything that you're trying to get to is the best of this, the best of that. The fly is this, the fly is that, all of that. That shit is an illusion and it's deceptive. And that deceptiveness, we try to overvalue that, but we never undervalue what it takes when it comes to the wrong things that it's attached to that. What it does is it makes our vision short-sighted. And like I said before, we have a hard time predicting our happiness. And perfectionists are even worse. Narcissism, when you come down to the bottom of it, is the ability to adequately care for yourself. Doing what's best for yourself is not synonymous with having or being the best. Nothing comes close to being a perfectionist and exacting that level of standard every time. There's only one being that's perfect, and that is the divine source. Everybody else falls short. So allow me to take that, here, come over here, and allow me to take that coat of perfectionism off of you. Come here. Let me help you out of that. You ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. So let me help you throw that coat off. Let me help you discard that coat. I know you're having a hard time getting that shit off, but let me help you out. You're not perfect. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. But creating a reality to be something that it's really not, baby, I don't know about you, but you may fail to notice that you make all of this stuff up in order for you to receive love and happiness. Because that fits your dream. Your reality does not. So what do? I'm still taking your coat off, so you're not perfect. None of us are. So in your imperfection, what you're trying to do is change the world to fit into that box that you have created. Maladaptive. You're not aligning to the reality. You have created a wonderful fantasy world. Wonderful. And because it doesn't fit in a bow in a box for you, you're going to reject it. You're going to reject it. Giving the universe the middle finger on your way back to that fantasy world that you have in your mind. I took your jacket, but I can't change your mind. you're going to have to do that on your own. You're going to have to do that on your own. You're going to have to learn the life lesson, realizing that regardless of how hard you try, the bad luck that you keep getting always messes up your efforts and your plans. You can't create the perfect life, nor is it owed to you, at least not in any practical sense. There are no easy solutions here, but there are some you can try to do if daydreaming is taking over your life. You can consider uh, being with friends or people who don't fit your ideal, resolving to consider whether these types of relationships are worth having, despite the different flaws. While you're in it, you can continue to explore who has the life you envision and ask yourself if you're accurately assessing that individual's degree of life satisfaction. I want to be like this one. I want to be like that one. I want that bread. They got lots of bread, but you don't even know what the reality of their situation is. Why you sitting up here wanting to play trading places? You know, we have a tendency to compare our negative to another person's positive. We consistently fail to do the opposite. Do the opposite. You're acting this way. This is the way that you always know how to be. Do something different. Do the opposite. Remind yourself that overthinking will never stop. And after you reevaluate or examine yourself, judging that thinking deeper will likely yield you some type of return and not acting like there's going to be some consequences to that. Let me tell you something. You are trying to live into the box that you created. Break out the box and be what the divine wants to be in your purpose and ownership. Realize that there are no good and no bad lives. It's just life with its all of the different types of trade-offs and annoyances and even joy that we experience. It's still life. And being maladaptive, sitting in your unwanted emotions, like being bored or frustrated and sad and talk about it. What can you do different to get you out of that reality that you have created? What everybody sees, that TV personality, that Lives of Atlanta, that, what is it? Housewives of Atlanta, housewives of this one, housewives of that one. You know, Married to Medicine, all of that, that persona. When they go lights, camera, action, it's still just life. And when the lights go off, what ends up happening is that shoulda, coulda, woulda in your life is now taken center stage, and now you got to deal with your real reality. Stop daydreaming. Live in the present moment. And being a dreamer, there's nothing wrong with being a dreamer. But being a maladaptive dreamer, living in your fantasy world, increases the nightmares, the frightening things. Why are they frightening, Blended? Because you don't want nobody to really know. I'm here to remind you that you are perfectly, uniquely created by the divine. You don't have to be this persona. You don't have to keep running around saying it's just YouTube. No, because you know what social media does? It gives you courage through the Wi-Fi signal. It gives you courage to scream, yell, threaten, pull up. Because in your real life, you wouldn't even do some shit like that. You feel me? Come back to reality. It's okay to have that experience. It's okay to choose that if you're trying to make your coin or you're trying to get something creative off deck. But in all things that you do, be authentic. Be authentic. Listen to the wisdom of other people. And by God, always remember that you create your own reality and all of the players in it. Straighten up and fly right. It doesn't have to be like this because it went from being fun to something that is arduous, something that you have to continue to keep the uptake. That shit is draining. Be authentic. I love you from a genuine place. Please be well. Remember the word maladaptive. Okay? Maladaptive. And try to be adaptive to what the divine wants for you to be totally aligned. I want to thank you for stopping by Blended Healing. This was a little bit more than a quick bite. Please like, share, and subscribe by all means. If you would like to tip the hostess, you will see my Cash App is going across the screen. Let us try to get to 600. Let's try. I want to thank you, and I'm very, very happy. I know the channel is growing slow, but it's okay because that means that I have over 500 people who want to hear what I have to say and challenge you and challenge your mind to think and do things differently. I love my people. I love y'all. Until we see each other again, be well, stay safe. Oh, the reason why I told you about the fantasy, look at the picture. I had to show and prove. That's a fantasy picture, right? You like that, right? Yeah. I look nothing like that. But I just wanted to show that's what we call creating. You feel me? All right. I'll see y'all very, very soon. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you.